A very good morning. You're watching News 9 with me, Deepak. And first up, the anger over the gang rape of a 6-year-old in Bengaluru is refusing to die down. Now, the parents of children studying at the school staged a protest last night at the school premises. Now, they gathered there when News9 broke out the news that parents were summoned by the police. And there were reports that the police asked the parents to withdraw their complaint, which sparked anger. But later, after assurances from the girls' parents, the protests were called off. And meanwhile, the parents will not be sending their children back to school, demanding strict measures to ensure the safety of their wards. Now, the school chairman, Rustam Kerawala, said that more CCTV cameras and security guards would be in place when the school reopens today. But the parents said that they would not send their children to school before next Tuesday's scheduled meeting with the management to discuss about the security. Now, the parents have made a 40-point agenda of their demands. Now, the entire incident broke out when the girl fell ill on July 4th and was down with fever for 5 days. Now, on 9th of July, she complained of pain in her genitals and her abdomen to her mother and gave vague answers when asked to explain. When she began crying in pain on July 11th, she was taken to a local hospital where a doctor raised suspicions of a possible sexual assault. Now, she was taken to a bigger hospital where the pain was diagnosed as a result of a rape. Now, the police are waiting for the girl to come out of her trauma. They will conduct another parade to confirm the rapist. This incident, of course, occurred on the 2nd of July. Nothing was known until the girl actually was undergoing a lot of pain. This was when the parents grew suspicious. They took her to a hospital where she was examined to have some serious injuries in the genitals and, of course, a lot of pain in her abdomen. That is when the doctors realized that it could be possibly rape that could have caused the pain. This was when the parents decided to lodge a complaint. The complaint was actually lodged on the 14th while the incident took place on the 2nd. Now, parents yesterday staged a massive protest at the school as well. About 500 parents had gathered there demanding justice for the 6-year-old girl. She's a girl studying in the Vibgyor school in class 1. She was raped in the school premises. Now, the furious parents staged the massive protest demanding the management to come out and give answers for the incident and also demanding high security for their children if they have to continue studying in the school. Gates were broken, window panes were shattered. A lot of ruckus before the management actually came and addressed the crowd. However, his answers were not satisfactory as the parents continued demanding for more answers. This was when they decided that a 40-point agenda would be made by the parents, who would all sit together and discuss the safety precautions to the management. Now, the parents have made it clear that if the management do not comply with all the 40 agendas put together by the parents, they will not be sending their wards to school.
And the worst part is when schools turn around and say, we are not responsible, that this was not our.
Now, the incident at Vibgyor school has raised some serious questions when it comes to trusting the school management with the students' safety. Now, parents who send their students to schools in Bengaluru have a new concern to voice. Here's a report.
The alleged rape of a 6-year-old girl in Vibgyor school premises has sent shockwaves across the country. Parents in the city have come forth with concerns on schools, asking them to absolve them of duties of their ward safety. Yes, these are the forms the parents are asked to sign.
Parents have started getting a letter of consent in the form of a form which says that should anything happen to your child during excursions or adventures or trips or maybe anything within the school premise or maybe even to the death of the child, the school authority would not be held responsible. I don't understand where this comes from.
Schools asking parents' consent to not hold them responsible for any injuries to their children has only raised questions on the management's involvement. Let's not forget that 2 staff members of Vibgyor school have been accused of raping a student within the school premises. With this being the case, Many concerned parents have also come forth with incidents where their children were in danger or on the verge of being harmed, while the school authorities were least helpful.
My son was in second grade, and one of the days he just came back and he was very upset and moody, and then I kept asking him what was the issue. And then after about half an hour of probing, he kind of broke down and he said, my teacher slapped me in front of the whole class. And when I asked him, the reason was very trivial. He said, like, I just solved the problem before she solved it. And then she called me to the front of the class and she said, you're really irritating me. You're not, following what I'm asking you to do. And then she slapped him. So he just came home. Then I escalated it to the principal, and then the coordinator came and asked him, and it was found out that the child's version was the right version. And the teacher apologized to me through email, but I'm really not sure what other action the principal took on this.
You have these kids coming back at around 4 o'clock in the evening. So all of us are waiting there at the bus stop. And then all the kids get down except my son. And the bus just goes off. And I'm running behind the bus. These guys don't realize he's sleeping in the bus. He was asleep in the bus. A 7-year-old child, he was too tired. And I try contacting the school. There is nobody in the office. Not a single person to attend my call. Then I had to call the transport guys and then get back to them. He comes back around 6:30. Me, my parents, the entire Jingbang. A lot of friends from Springfields. We were there on the road till the child got back. Now, how do we get in touch with? This was the first time. It happened again. A month later, in spite of me writing a note to the principal, and the principal does not bother to get back to me. So he says, I've taken necessary actions. Now, what are these necessary actions? So I went to the school to meet him. They said he's not there. He's not in town.
I think one of the senior girls locked her in the swimming pool changing room, but unfortunately this time the girl went off. She forgot that she's locked the girl. So that girl was stuck in that room for about 2 hours. And I think she missed the bus. And she kept banging because it was the last period, and so she kept banging on the door, and I think it took about 2 hours for some of the staff to notice and open the door. So that girl was traumatized and she was crying and she didn't go to school the next day, and then I think they escalated to the principal and they said that we'll probably look into it and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, these things do happen.
One school in the city conducted a small exercise to check if their students were being bullied by other students, and the results left them spellbound.
We did a session around a month back wherein we took 8th, 9th, 10th separately and we taught and explained them what bullying is all about. And to our surprise, we gave them a note, we gave them a sticky note, and we told them, don't write your names, just tell us the incidences of bullying that you've been facing in our school or you would have faced in the future. To our surprise, every child, I repeat, was bullied in the school premises where there are 50 educators, principal, chairman, CCTV cameras, but every child was bullied in the school premises.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. From ignored complaints to harassed students, parents have expressed their disapproval against the management of many private schools in the city. Some have gone a step ahead and asked for every staff hired to be put under a psychoanalysis test before being allowed to interact with hundreds of kids every day. And while majority of the schools are asking the parents to absolve them of the responsibility of their child's security and well-being, there are some who beg to differ. Parents have complained of a communication gap they face with the management when it comes to interactions.
Who's conducting the audits? Where are the compliances? Why is the the security or the administration not coming forth and talking about gaps and loopholes? So where is it? The schools need to take responsibility that things are going wrong. I think we are looking at the principal or the school management or the authorities to come out and say, yes, there was a mistake. Yes, there are investigations happening. Yes, this needs to be addressed. Yes, your points are welcome. Yes, I relate to your issue. Your child is my child. I mean, this is something that it is really, really saddened all of us as parents, and we are very angry. We are very upset.
All the parents want is the management to take responsibility of the child's safety for at least when they are in school. The parents live in constant fear of a similar incident happening to their child, and that the school will wash their hands off by showing them these consent forms. A News9 report.
Now, hundreds of parents took to vandalism and loud protests against the alleged rape of the 6-year-old girl in Vipgyor school in Bengaluru. Now, meanwhile, the increasing crime against women in the city has also created quite a stir in the social media. Take a look.
This is how Bengalurians and people across the country have responded to the rape shocker at a school in the city. While some are sharing ideas to protect themselves, others are highlighting just how Bengaluru is turning into the rape capital. But the worried lot here is the parents. And one such group discussing their concerns is Mums of Bangalore. Many mothers have changed their profile pictures to a black dot, calling it the mark of shame the society faces today. There are other pages like Win Bangalore Back Too, giving opinions and ideas to protect one from such situations. From suggesting pepper sprays and martial arts for defense, many have suggested Citizens Watch, where residents will take turns to look out for illegal activities as solution. But all this under strict police supervision. Many are also using social media platforms like WhatsApp to stay connected because it's the fastest mode available at your fingertips.
We are on WhatsApp, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on mails. So life is actually currently running on that. And that's the fastest mode as on day to day.
Anything for child safety, they say. But are Bengaluru police and private school authorities listening? From concerned mothers opting to change their profile pictures to highlight the lapse in public safety, to youngsters discussing safety issues, Bengalurians created a storm on social media platforms hoping for a change. A News9 report.